Hello there, my friends. It's Yvette, and I hope I'm not sounding too um, echoing because I'm in a pretty much an empty space. And so I wanted to stop by this morning real early. I know some of you are going to miss this live, but you'll get it in the afternoon. All right, how is everybody doing? Today is Friday, and I wanted to bring something to your attention, or I wanted to kind of sensitize some folks who have not like been paying attention. And is how would you like something to how about a tool, right? To learn about a tool that if you're not really using this particular tool in helping you with your content creation, in that this tool is already in your toolbox, and if you're not using this particular tool, or you're kind of scared to use it or shying away from it, then you're really doing yourself an injustice. You're not helping yourself with your online marketing, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today. We can't go in all the depths, but I'm going to give you just a general idea and how I feel about it and how it has been working for me. All right. So, how is everybody doing? If you're going to be joining me live, if you can catch this live in the replay, just put a comment and let me know your thoughts around this. Because this has to be a conversation, right? Because this is fairly new to all of us, and everybody, you got to embrace the suck, right? You got to embrace the new things because I don't know if it's going away. All right. So then our online marketing takes in a lot of content, my friend, and this particular tool is there to help us out. Notice I said it's a tool, right? It's a tool. So, for those of you who have not met me before, my name is Yvette Guerrero, and I come to you live in this community Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm about to change some things around that. But for right now, it's Friday, and we're going to talk about this particular tool that a lot of folks are embracing. They're just not telling you. Mhm. They're just not telling you. And if you are using it, great. But if you're not, it's just about time to get on board because it's not going away. It's coming. Yes, it's coming and it's to our advantage. And while it's here, like with everything else, we're going to use it to help us to enhance our online marketing experience. Excuse me, my throat. But so, what is that tool? Now, alongside everything else that Facebook offers us, that TikTok offers us, that Instagram offers us, tools. In life, we need these tools. In our marketing, in our business, in our homes, we use tools all the time. We probably we probably don't look at them like that. But we're using these tools. We use forks and spoons and knives to eat, right? Those are tools, right? We use hammers, we use drills, we use forks, and and those equipment house, and all those are tools. And the big ones are equipment, but the small ones are tools. Now we got the small tools in our toolbox. What do we use for our marketing? We use our Facebook stories, we use reels. We are here with TikTok, we use the tools that we have. We use Facebook gives us publishing tools that we can use to schedule all of that. We find ways to have conversation. Tools. We need tools, just like we need skills, right? So we have these tools, and we back it up with the skills of how to use these tools to our advantage. You'll be following me. So don't shy away when there's a new tool, right? Who remembers when the internet was coming into being? When the internet was getting ready to be launched, the information super highway, a lot of people were like, oh my goodness, this is not good, right? And now, if you're not on the internet, now you know you're missing out on a lot of stuff. Why do I say that? Because you go to the library now, and you probably don't need the physical book itself, because all of the information that you probably need to write your paper, you probably can find it on the internet. And these libraries are on the internet. If you have access to your local library, you can everything at your fingertips right from the comfort of your home, my friends. They kind of make us feel a little lazy, right? Because then when I was going to college up there in the 70s, I used half of my bed were books and papers because you had to go to the library and you had to borrow all these books and you had to spread them out because you need this information, you need that information to write the paper, so you'd call it. So now, one stop shop, you can go on the internet and you can pull up all these different pages and do that with just one computer or two, or maybe a couple of different screens. But you definitely, it depends if you want the written, if you want a printed paper, if you got to get copies or something like that, you might have to go to the library. But I'm telling you, I go to the library nowadays and it's not as populated as it was. A lot of people are now going to, the books are sitting there, good books, a lot of information. But why would I go to the library if I can pull it up on my computer? If I can get it on Audible? Oh my goodness, if I can get it on Audible, I can be driving down the road and listen. All these tools are to our advantage, and we need to be using them as much as we can for what the purpose they're intended. Now, this new tool that I want to talk about a little bit, it's not new anymore. It's been around, maybe a couple of months, maybe 6 months, or maybe a long time, but it has been exposed to us in recent times. And I'm talking about artificial intelligence. Now, a lot of folks are like weird. It's like, oh my God, they get into the human mind. We're gonna lose our jobs. We're not gonna be if needed anymore, and all the rest of it. But my friends, that thing cannot, this is me. And I know that artificial intelligence will never replace the human being. Never. So you can put that to rest. It will never replace the human being. Look at yourself. It's gonna replace some of the functions, right? Just like the robots, but it cannot totally replaces a human being. I don't want to go into all of that, but I believe if it actually gets to that point, then we are at a critical point in life, right? Now, so artificial intelligence, of course, is a computer-based technology. A lot of folks study computer science, computer technology, all of that. It's just another arm of that same strand of body of knowledge, but it went a little further. So I did some research, and then I have it on my phone here because I didn't have the ability to print it. So I wanted to kind of bring some things to your attention here a little bit. And I know you all can read, you all can find the information, but I just want to make sure that I premise this or preface this, right? So we don't get lost in the weeds as to what is this thing. So I'm going to just read it here, because I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to paraphrase here, because this is a short, the AI, we talk about everybody. Oh, AI, AI. So we know that that means artificial intelligence, right? So we got to remember now, my friends, we've got to get into the know, the KNOW. We can't be behind. We got to get up to speed with what's happening. Even if we're not using this particular tool, we need to know, because people around us are using it. They might not be telling you. They're using it to create their content for their marketing. They're using it to do research. They're using it and using it. So don't get it twisted. Okay? So it's a field of the computer science and technology area. So if you're studying computer science, it's right up your stream. You're gonna be introduced to some of that, right? So, but it aims to create the intelligence, right? It's like an intelligent machine that it has to pull, right? It has to pull the intelligence. So from the human, it still got to come from us, my friends. So they get it on the cognitive functions. Remember now, we talk about cognitive functions, the brain. We think, we act, we do. It's all that cognitive function, because we go to school and we learn phonics, we learn how to write papers, we learn how to do the mathematics, the algorithm, we do statistics, we do algebra, we do all of that. All of those things are cognitive functions. They didn't tell us when we were going to primary school. No, But they taught us phonics, how to pronounce our enunciation, how to pronounce his letters, how to break up the words in syllables and be able to, all of that. And so, for those of you who did growth and development, human growth and development, and you understand that at a certain age, between a certain age, you this is what's been developed. And so that's why we start school. We could sit at home and go to school when we were 50, right? But our cognitive development would be really limited. All right, so let's get back to this. So the computer, the AI we're talking about here, the artificial intelligence, excuse me, it works, it is the computer based technology is stimulating the cognitive part of the human brain. So they have to have done some work on that and test it. And just like the robot does things by the machine, yes. So the computer based programs, it programs now to get in here and adapt these functions, the cognitive functions. So it starts to think. So maybe they, I don't know how what they did, but we can find that out. How maybe they let the person talk and it started to mimic the voice, and they had to do some testing, right? So it learns these functions from us, the reasoning, and they do a little problems of perception and decision making. So they have to have drafted all of that from our cognitive, and then they use machines and the technology behind all that to put that together. It's just like you go on the internet and you search for this particular thing and all this information comes up. So all of those things are programmed based on body of knowledge, based upon years and years of development, just like your cell phone. Come on, guys. It is one of them things. So what am I saying here? Artificial intelligence, it's another tool in your toolbox. So get on board, because what does it do? What does the artificial intelligence actually do for us? I'm gonna give you a couple of things, right? I'm gonna get out of your way. Just a couple of things that I've learned, because I have actually um um like opted into Chat GPT, which is a integrated part that on the internet. So they have different integrations. You can integrate it. So Microsoft is doing that, and the computer is already programmed through Android, Apple, and all those engines that we use to surf with, right? Our phones are Androids, our phones are Apple, and all the different operating systems that we are on. And so AI has already been interfaced with some of them. And that's why now we're able to go through what we call Chat GPT. And I heard of some other names, but I'm only using Chat GPT as my search engine for right now. And my AI tool comes through that. So this is what I found out with AI. So when I was first introduced to it, I was like, oh my goodness, where are we going here? But what I found out is that because of the work that they have done so far in you know crafting all of this in body of information and using this particular tool to get into to with the intelligence that they have already put together for problem solving, for reasoning, and all that, you can go, then they have already programmed that up in this and interfaced it or integrated it with the internet. Now we can go here and ask AI anything. I believe you can. You cannot, when it comes onto the emotional side of things, it's going to tell you some things. But how I feel right now, I don't know. They would have to probably do some work with me to maybe tell me how I felt this particular time. So the emotional side of life, I think, to me, I think it's going to be a little limited, like in the moment. But they can record some things to say, okay, if you're not feeling well, you might be A, B, C, and they can put out a numerous amount of things, right? But get back to the point. It can help you in your marketing. Ideas for content. You can do your research on it. Now, I got to caution you, like the internet and everything else, you have got to still understand how to use this tool, how to use the information that you get. You still got to check it out, right? Nothing is gospel up in here. So some things on the internet are not altogether true. They, when I say altogether true, there might be some misleading statements. So you still got to be careful where you get your information. AI is a tool, my friends. It can help you narrow down your search on certain topics or certain content material that you want to create. And people say, oh, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to talk about. Well, here's another tool in your toolbox. Here's another tool that can help you pull in information and give you ideas. Now, what do I use AI for? I go into AI, Chat GPT, and I use it. I ask questions. I'm curious. I ask questions. I want to see what this thing can do. I ask questions. I make statements. I put just words. I get AI to think for me and give me ideas, and I want to see what it's saying. I might have the answer, but I want to see what it says. So I go in and I test it out. Put in words. I put in phrases. I am testing AI. I want to see, this thing is very, very powerful, my friends. I asked AI to write me a paragraph, explaining certain things. I'm amazed at the information that it puts out. But I shouldn't be amazed, because remember that all of this been coming out of the human being, and it's been like a packed body of knowledge back there. So what AI does, when you ask a question, it goes and it sifts through and it pulls, because it's pulling from not just me, not just you, a number of people all over the world, and a number of computer science is all packed, so that now it can filter down. It comes on a little funnel, right? So now we can get it to you. So this is my encouragement to you, my friends. If you, all of us, we need to be embracing the new technology. We say we are marketing online. So what are we afraid of? Yes, it might be a little scary in the beginning, but if it's going to help you, as I said, it's a tool. And I'm not here as an expert or anything, but what I'm trying to say is that it's another tool that can help us in our online marketing. It is a tool that I have used, because what do? I go in and I ask questions, I do research, and then I read. I'm like, this thing is for real. It is as close as you can get, right? And it broadens your experience, because some things that you probably wouldn't have thought about, AI is going to help you out with that, because the body of knowledge that it has drafted from different experience and human thinking and all that is a lot. So I might not be thinking, another person might be thinking. So it has done its homework. And I know the scientists behind it, but they still tell us that we still got to be careful about the ethical issues, uh, because it's going to clone your voice, it's going to adapt your behavior. So if you continually go on AI and talk about some things, AI is going to, oh, when you go back, it's going to know you. It's going to know your line of thinking when it sees you putting in something. It'll be like, so it's going to adapt your behavior here in this tool. Wow, that's scary, right? But that's okay. So know that this is a tool, another tool like the internet, another tool like all these search engines, another tool like your fork, your knives, your spoon, another tool like your shoe horn you used to put your shoes on. No, that's another tool. So let us look at it from that standpoint and use it for what it's worth. So that's my take today. So I want to encourage you guys to go on the website ChatGPT and use this artificial tool this weekend. Plug in some things and see what it says, and see how it helps you with your content, how it helps you with writing stuff, maybe getting ideas, stuff that you can use to enhance your marketing here online. It might not be able to tell you the name of your best friend, but it's gonna give you some names, right? Yeah, it's gonna give you some names. So I just want to thank you guys for listening. Now, I'm gonna make an announcement later on in the weekend here because I do have to make some changes to the time of my Facebook Live. But yes, you'll hear about that. But for right now, I want you to get familiar with this tool. It is very powerful and it's very helpful in your marketing. All right. So I'll see you on Monday sometime, but I'll definitely let you know beforehand. I do have to make some changes to the time moving forward. All right, my friends, you have a great weekend wherever you are on this blue marble. And for those of you who did not catch me live here, I want to thank you that for going to be watching the replay later on, which would be your normal time. All right. So how many people are going to be like checking into AI? Let me know in the comments and I'll definitely come back and see what you got to say. I want to have a conversation around this because I find that a lot of folks in, especially the older folks, like older folks, because this is new. No, I mean, even for the young folks as well, but they're more adaptive to these things. We as older folks, we are very timid at embracing these things because this is not what we grew up on. We find it really quirky. We find it really intimidating. But I would encourage us to just give it a chance and just take a look. All right. I'll see you on Monday, my friends. But I'll see you definitely for the announcement over the weekend. Take care, everybody. Talk to you. And don't forget to go ahead and follow me at YvetteGarel.com/AMF. Grab your free training, grab your free ebook where you can now do some things that you probably wouldn't have thought about as well. So that's free for you. YvetteGuerrero.com /AMF or YvetteGuerrero.com /AMF book if you want to get that ebook and opt into that. I'm telling you, lots of skills are there to learn as you grow in your online business, as you want to develop your team, as you want to grow your teams, as you want to develop your skill set to be able to facilitate all of that. Okay. And I will see you sometime during the weekend, if not on Monday. Bye bye.